I gave you a 5-dime winner on the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. What will I do this week? You're going to have to tune in and watch. NFL Best Bet, Ride or Die. Someone may win a $200 Amazon gift card and much, much more. Let's go.
If your team got guaranteed money, tell them call me.
Whoop. Make me say, my. I done been around the world.
Yeah, I was made for this.
Player Performance with J.A. Cavalier.
Here we are, NFL Week 7. I, of course, am J.A. Cavalier, your favorite capper's favorite capper, and this is Player Performance. Go ahead, smash the like button. Thumbs up. Appreciation, always appreciated. Of course, I appreciate you the most. If you're new, welcome. Now go ahead, subscribe. Be sure to tell a friend to tell a friend. And if you're not, are you really a friend? I mean, we do this every single week, absolutely free. I'm going to tell you who I like. I'm going to tell you why I like them, hopefully making you a smarter player along the way. We're going to get to NFL Week 7 in just a sec. But first, let's recap Week 6 with Tessa Hall.
Back it up. One more time.
All right, let's see that again.
Here's your NFL Week 6 recap. Jake Moody is no longer depressed. He is jubilant after redemption against Deebo Samuel. Bijan Robinson is my MVP over Josh Allen at this point. Dominant performance by the Falcons on Monday night. Remember when everyone wanted to count out the Chiefs and write their obituary? They wrote back. Turns out Joe Flacco is still ass, and the NFC North still beats him up. Fred Warner's ankle was pointed toward San Francisco while the Niners were still playing in Tampa. That's how that game went. The Titans versus the Raiders? I know no one watched this game, so I'll just tell you that the Raiders won. Aaron Rodgers, still good. The drugs are getting stronger and stronger, I see. Spencer Rattler versus Drake May. A year ago, maybe we thought this was close, but now it looks like varsity versus freshman team. The Cowboys defense is as fried as a piece of burnt chicken from KFC. We might actually choke on it come next week. What is shorter in Miami? The leash on Mike McDaniel or the length of his capris? Cam Scatterbo was so disrespectful to the city of Philly on Thursday night that he basically pulled trig after eating a cheesesteak. The Broncos and Jets played in London, so I just want to apologize to the people of London for having to watch. Don't look now, but maybe the Jets and Panthers and Vikings shouldn't have let Sam Darnold go so easily after another Seattle win. That's your NFL Week 6 recap.
So overall, the run has been phenomenal, right? The run has been absolutely phenomenal. What am I now, like 14-2 on plays of 20 dimes or more? So it's been goofy. Every 40 dime is hit, every 25 dime has hit. Just keep on cashing. However, last Thursday, and I need to address this because I always have to address everything publicly, and I already have. I said it was the worst night I've had of gambling in years, right? And it's true. Last Thursday night, not the Steelers-Bengals. We're recording this right prior to that game going off. So that would be the Eagles-Giants game. And I backed the Eagles. I just thought it was a great spot, divisional game, short week for the Philadelphia Eagles. Typically, the more physical team wins those games. But listen, I'll tell you right now, I think everybody got smoked on that game. Even Bernsey, who is a Giants fan, born and raised in New Jersey, Giants fan, even he bet the Eagles and lost more in one night than he's ever done before. So that's bad. I mean, this boy bleeds blue, like bleeds big blue. Then we go into Sunday game. Well, first off, the Broncos-Jets game, I didn't really care about that game as much. I did give a free pick on it, but it's a London game. I told you I'm allergic to London games. I'm boycotting London games until the NFL stops fucking around with this fuckery. I'm done with those games. I'm not waking up at 9:30 and playing a game. I'm just not doing it. And then all the Colts fans, all 5 of you, had so much shit to talk about. And I know you're going to still say, but we won. We're still 5-1. But you look like shit against the Cardinals. Jacoby Brissett, a one-time Colt, almost bit you in the ass. And honestly, they should have won that game. That holding call, McBride at the end, fucking ridiculous. That was blatant holding. And still, no flag. It happens, but I'll still take the point spread cover in that game, absolutely. Chargers get it done money line. They don't cover the spread, but they started putting up points. That's not saying all that much. It was against the Dolphins. I mean, everybody scores points on Miami, and Dolphins do what they do. They find ways to lose games, and that's what bad teams do. That's what poorly coached teams do. They find ways to lose games that they should win. And they had that game in hand not once but twice, and coughed it up both times. Patriots, are they the real deal? I don't know. Is it really that impressive going on the road and putting up 25 against New Orleans? Although I do think New Orleans is underrated for most people. They're not just a sieve of a team. They have a very good defense. They're very physical, and their offense is now starting to come around and score points. But still, Patriots, got to give them their flowers. They deserve it. Or give them their clam chowder, right? What's the flour in Boston? Is there one? That place smells like shit, so probably not. Pittsburgh did what they did, and that was just a great spot. That was a play that I gave you guys a $5 play, a $5 ticket in pocket, posting my ticket for everybody, the Pittsburgh Steelers. That was just the perfect spot. The travel spot for the Browns, I don't think I've ever seen it so bad. Back-to-back travel weeks. They travel to London, then they travel to Pittsburgh the following week. I don't remember ever seeing a team playing on the road the following week. I know the Broncos are traveling from London too, but they're playing home. There's a big difference. Not all travel spots are created equal. Cowboys, we told you, over. That's it. The book of dollars is simple. They're see-through. They're glass. Bet the over. Seahawks, Jaguars, great game. Closer than the final score was. Seahawks did eke it out. We did have the Seattle Seahawks, so we cashed on that ticket. Rams. The Rams won that game, but still it feels like the Rams lost, right? And I cashed a 25-dimer with the Rams-Steelers parlay, but still probably should have lost that game. Rams didn't look good. And I have been saying for weeks now, that's a very Matthew Stafford-like win. That's how he wins games. He doesn't blow teams out. And even though they did cover, and I did lay the 7 as well, however, it was anything but easy, right? If Cooper Rush had a pulse, they score points, we don't cover that spread. But anyway, we'll take the win, right? We'll take the win. Raiders, nice little bounce back, but again, that was against the Titans. And it's bad when your coach gets fired because you lost to the Raiders, right? Like that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Like that was it. Packers, we still don't know what to make of Green Bay Packers. They come out very uninspired football against the Cincinnati Bengals, and they had plenty of opportunities early in that game to pour it on and open it up. And that was just a great bounce back spot, in my opinion. I thought Petty LaFleur was going to end up opening up the offense, but maybe Jordan Love just isn't that guy. I don't know if it's the receiving core, he's not comfortable with them, or maybe he's just not that dude. Buccaneers just keep winning. Baker Mayfield, holy shit. Baker Mayfield, that's it. The Baker effect, that's it. You can't even argue with or fight it anymore. It's beyond the realm of understanding. It really is. Baker just comes out and does Baker-like things. It's ridiculous. And then I did have the Detroit Lions on Sunday nights, and hear me out. I had them plus 8.5, right? So all I needed them to do was go down, march down the field, score a touchdown, and I hit the parlay that I had, an alt-line parlay with them plus 8.5, and it was already over whether they scored or not, so it didn't matter. Just couldn't get the job done, and that was ridiculous. No flags. No flags on the Kansas City Chiefs. Have you ever seen a world or a football team? 1970. 1970 was the last time. 1970 it's been since an NFL team has not had a flag thrown on them. Yeah, now NFL, tell me that you're not playing favoritism. Explain that one. Make that make sense. National spotlight game and not one fucking flag. There is holding on every single play in the NFL in the trenches. Holding on any single play. You figure, oh shit, we have to call one, right? You have to call one. Every time a receiver runs out more than 5 yards, you can call defensive holding by the rule, by the book, by the definition. There's defensive holding on pretty much every single snap. Offensive holding on every single snap by definition, right? It's just whether or not they throw the flag. And I get it. You know what? It's all subject to whoever your refs are, but that's fucking ridiculous. And then Josh Allen. I've never seen Josh Allen look as bad as Josh Allen looked. He was just short-hopping receivers all night long. They had more than ample opportunities. Everybody's talking about, how great the Falcons look. Well, listen, in the fourth quarter, Josh Allen playing the worst game of his fucking career, and still the Bills were in position to tie the game. Down 7 with the ball, I think twice. How good did they look? Bijan broke one run, and I get it. They should have been up by more at the half if London gets out of bounds at any point before that clock expires instead of trying to score. But look, I also respect London for doing it. You're going to try and make a play. You're a football player. That's what you do. You make plays. And then the Chicago Bears, I don't think anybody was really all that surprised. I mean, I was on Chicago, maybe a little surprised they won the game outright, but not surprised that they stayed in the number. I did have the Chicago Bears there. But Monday night, the opportunity was there. The spot was seen. Josh Allen over 1.5 touchdowns. See, I didn't want to back my big play on the Bills defense. I didn't want to rely on them. I knew that the Atlanta Falcons were going to be able to run the ball. I knew that they would be able to move the ball. But I figured it would turn into a shootout between Josh and Penix. And honestly, you're going to obviously like Josh Allen in that spot. However, Josh did get me the 1.5 touchdowns. It was anything but easy. I mean, it cashed early, first drive of the second half for 25 dimes. However, it wasn't easy. It wasn't simple. But we'll carry the momentum into this week. NFL Week 8, locked, loaded, ready to roll. All aboard!
Rams versus Jaguars.
Rams are laying 3. The total here is at 45. Now, I'm convinced that the NFL hates us. Overlapping doubleheaders on Monday nights, London games. Who likes this? Honestly, everyone I know hates London games. This is like Goodell's fuck you to NFL fans. You hate it? No problem. Here you go, another London game. I frequent London, and London, people in London hate London games. They hate the sport. They hate that us cheeky Americans have the audacity to call it football. They hate it. They don't care. They don't want it. And we're force-feeding our culture to those who don't want to eat. And that's the most American thing to fucking do, isn't it? You don't want it? Fuck you. Take it. Eat it. Like it. In their eyes, football is played with feet. And look, it could be fun. You know, they do have websites for those things. As gamblers, though, we're creatures of habit, literally. Some good, some bad, but routines nonetheless. Athletes as well. 7-hour flights will not produce the best version of football. To wake up at 9:30 for the very worst version of football, boring, like the food in England. Worse turf, slow pace, sloppy football. Naturally, give me the under. Opened at 47, fallen to 45. Jaguars offense is inflated. Numbers don't lie. 17th overall, 23 points a game, which is below league average. Both defenses are pretty legit. Rams 8th in yards allowed, 5th in EPA per play. Jags 4th. Rams are fucking going to struggle. Even if Puka Nacua is back, he's not going to be 100%. They scored 17 points last week, and luckily they played the Ravens in that game. And that came against the Raven team that's riddled with fucking injuries. Stafford is prone to turnovers, and the Jaguars defense is opportunistic. Best in the league in takeaways. Taking the under in a game like this, you know what? You have to, right? But I can tell you this right now. I won't be betting it. I won't be watching it. I'm just going under the posted total, probably more so for sakes of the show and to give you guys a lead on this game. But it's not something I love. I'm on strike from London games.
Saints versus Bears.
Chicago's laying 5. The total here is at 46.5. So after Monday night, big win. They're riding high. Chicago now walks into this game fat, drunk, and happy. Won a game, national television, primetime, emotional, the whole country watching. Their fans pop bottles like it was 1985. But that was the Commanders' defense that you just carved up. Nothing special. They rank bottom 5 in everything that matters. Yards per play, passing yards allowed, red zone efficiency. So let's call it what it was. You didn't slay a dragon. You landed on the softest pillow in the league. But this week, the hangover comes. The classic letdown spot. The lights are now off, the confetti's gone, and the Bears are waking up on the bathroom floor. The Saints are very live here. I actually like the Saints to win this game outright on the field. Remember, they're disciplined, they're physical, and they're allergic to chaos. They're not going to bite on Caleb Williams' backyard-style football. They're going to make him check down. They're going to make him grind, and worse, they're going to make him think. And that is a terrible combination for Caleb Williams and the Bears. Defensively, they barely allow 5 yards per play. They're top tier in takeaways, and they're built to punish the kind of sloppy confidence that Chicago's coming in with. So congrats on the win, Chicago. Yep, yay, won, good, congrats. But pump the brakes. Who are the Bears to be laying more than a field goal to anyone? This is where the market overreacts. The public piles on, and the sharps quietly back the Saints. I'm going to take the points. I'm going to take the discipline, and I'm going to fade the hangover spot. Give me New Orleans plus the 5, and somebody hand Chicago Gatorade.
Dolphins versus Browns.
Cleveland's laying 2.5. Some markets it's up to 3. Total here is at 40.5. Look, I got lit up for my Shedeur Sanders comments last week, but I have a couple questions, right? First, what did I say that was so bad? And more important, what did I say that was wrong? To this point, Shedeur's biggest accomplishment, actually his only accomplishment, was swimming in Deion's sack. There may come a time where Shedeur is relevant. And who knows, down the road, he may be the most relevant quarterback in the NFL. But not now. Not now. Right now, he is irrelevant. And it may come sooner rather than later. But until then, this is Gabriel's team. Now, don't get me wrong, Dylan Gabriel is not an NFL quarterback. Neither he or his arm is big enough. And that's not a short joke. It's fact, right? If you're 5'10", you need to be a fucking uber athletic quarterback, which he isn't. If you're 5'10", you need to fucking have a Mandingo arm, which he doesn't. His shortcomings don't translate to the NFL. But this week, it's okay. He does not have to go out and win this game. He has to go out and not lose this game. He has to hand the ball to Judkins and get out of the fucking way. Then make a couple plays off of play action pass. That's where Dylan Gabriel needs to live this week. The Dolphins defensive rankings, 30, 31, 32, 29, 30. Now that's yards per play, rushing yards, and yards per carry. You can literally get anything you want against Miami. You can do anything you want against the Dolphins defense. I mean, let's be real. How menacing can you really be wearing teal? I don't want to, but I have to. Give me the Browns in this spot.
Patriots versus Titans.
Patriots laying 7.5. The total here is at 43. Give me the Titans plus the points. We call this the dead cat bounce. One of the oldest, ugliest, most profitable rules of gambling. When a bad team fires its coach, you immediately bet on them the very next week. Every single time. Because the locker room wakes up. Guys play like they're auditioning for jobs. The playbook gets simplified. And the effort suddenly intensifies. The public, they see a dumpster fire in this game. But sharps, we see value. The market always bakes in chaos. But the truth is, chaos motivates. The Titans hit rock bottom, right? They fired Brian Callahan. So they come in this game with nothing to lose. And they do have quite a bit to prove. And the interim coach is going to motivate this squad. That's exactly the kind of energy we want. Meanwhile, the Patriots, polar opposites. Everything's going right for New England. Drake May getting Josh Allen comparisons. This is the perfect setup for an upset. Desperate team, new voice, short number. So yeah, the dead cat bounce. Because even the worst team can spring to life when it hits the floor hard enough. Give me Tennessee to cover. This isn't faith. This is math and momentum.
J.A. Cavaliers Pro Football Triple Crown. 3 NFL games for this Sunday. 3 straight, 3 two-team parlays, 1 week, $99. His Pro Football Triple Crown must go 3-0 or the entire NFL season is free. J.A. Cavaliers Pro Football Triple Crown. Link in the description below. Click the link now and jump on the money train.
Raiders versus Chiefs.
Chiefs are laying 13. The total here is at 46. So, Bernsey, every week I feel like I'm doing a public service announcement, at least when it comes to one game. And this week, this feels like it. But I feel like I'd be doing the public a disservice if I didn't do it. Chiefs fans, you may want to close your ears or not. Listen. Look, but every single week, the NFL continues to give us another reason to hate the Chiefs. And hate is a pretty strong word. How about contempt? Contempt seems better, right? And I get that winning breeds contempt. The Chiefs are an undisputed dynasty. No one is denying that. No one is disputing that. And I get that success is the fastest path to becoming a villain. You win enough, and eventually the country starts rooting for you, your downfall. They start rooting against you. They want you to lose. But the NFL isn't helping. All of the phantom flags, the Patrick Mahomes bailout policy, it's getting absurd. Sunday night, no flags. In 30 years of watching football, I've never seen a team pitch a perfect game. This isn't a conspiracy theory. It's a fact. Referee favoritism is real, and it's getting harder to ignore. Now, we all know that there's a rule book. Trust me, I've seen it. I promise you that it exists. Just call it both ways. Don't have one rule for Kansas City and then another for everybody else. Stop moving the goalposts. Look, I don't hate the Chiefs. I hate what they've become. They're that friend that wins one parlay and then all of a sudden starts selling betting advice on TikTok. Kansas City used to be hungry, but now they're bougie. Travis Kelce, once a yak monster, is now a reality television star. We don't hate the Chiefs because they win. We hate them because they've become the NFL's teacher's pet. And they have a pop culture fucking marketing department. And the Taylor Swift thing. Holy shit, just stop. Really, stop. I was neutral on her before all of this. Like, I didn't like her. I didn't like her music. But I certainly didn't dislike her. The NFL has now shoved her down America's throat like a bad halftime show. And sure, she's brought new viewership to the sport. That's great. But she's irrelevant to the game itself. And now it's fan fatigue. And it's bordering on resentment. It's not organic anymore. It's like a league-mandated storyline. Every Chiefs game feels like a fucking concert tour with football as intermission. You'd think that this team was reinventing the sport the way the networks slobber over them. It's like the refs, the cameras, and the country club bettors all got together and said, "Thou shalt not criticize Patrick Mahomes." And that's the issue. Not that they're winning, but that the league keeps clearing the path for them. Now, I've said all of that just to say I'm on the Chiefs in this spot, lay the 13. Now, I get it. Typically, we only back the Chiefs laying 3 or less when Mahomes is a dog, maybe. We don't lay more than 7 with the Kansas City Chiefs. That's been the gospel for years. But this isn't the same Chiefs team. This isn't the same situation, and this certainly isn't the same spot. Usually the Chiefs walk into a game like this 4-1, 5-1, 4-2. They come in fat and happy when they're playing a team like the Raiders this deep into the season. But this time, they're 3-3, and they're hungry. And now they need this one. And though it's not technically a must-win, but it is a must-win. They can't afford to play with their food anymore. I love that they can't run the ball because that means Patrick Mahomes is going to have to throw more. And now with Rashee Rice returning, the double coverage is coming off Xavier Worthy. You can't play that safety up over the top, and now the entire field is going to open up. And now you're going to see their run game get better as well. So give me the Chiefs, lay the 13, lay the points. Chiefs win this game by 2 touchdowns. Because sometimes, even on a rigged table, the house still wins.
Eagles versus Vikings.
The fact that the Eagles are laying points on the road is just a sin, right? Like, it's almost disrespectful. Now, I did go forth and back on this game. First, I was on the Eagles. Then I was on the Vikings. Now I'm back on the Eagles. And honestly, I'm not really going to be on this game, but I do lean Eagles because this is such an Eagles spot. But their offense is broken. Their defense is now banged up. But they have fucking all the extra rest off of a bad divisional loss, which is typically where you want to take a good team. Embarrassed primetime Thursday night, and I mean embarrassed. Philadelphians typically have no shame. I mean, they eat horse shit for Christ's sakes. But even they were embarrassed after that game. Now, on the other side, Carson Wentz, J.J. McCarthy, neither of them really scare me. The problem there is that their OC is a fucking moron for Philadelphia. You have a fucking Ferrari, open it up. Run the fucking ball. 30 times a game, 35 times a game. Run the fucking ball. But this dude is allergic to Saquon. 6 carries against Denver. He was gashing the Giants early in the game on Thursday night, and he went away from it. He's a terrible fit for this team. They just won a Super Bowl on the back, or on the legs, I should say, of a thoroughbred by feeding the thoroughbred. 3-5-6, 3-5-6, and the next thing you know, Saquon gashes one for 70. But the 70 will never come. It'll never happen without that 3-5-6. He gets 3 yards. He gets 5 yards. He gets 6 yards. He gets 50. He gets 3. He gets 2. He gets 4. He gets 60. You understand? That's how the run game works. You bang it, you bang it, you bang it, it breaks. As good as Flores is, his defense is vulnerable against the run. Minnesota, 24th against the run. 21 rushes for 10 yards or better. 9th most rushing yards per play. 7th worst rushing yards over expected. None of that matters if you don't run the fucking football. Give it to Saquon and then ride Saquon to the fucking winner line to cash tickets. I'm telling you right now, Saquon doesn't get fucking 30 touches, I'm done. And then the Eagles will join purgatory with the Texans, right? But then the Texans cash against the Ravens, so I guess they're out. Yeah. That's right, purgatory. Purgatory, you just kind of wait until I decide what to do with you.
Panthers versus Jets.
Panthers are laying 1.5. The total here is at 41.5. So, guys, every now and then, storms hit Contrarian Island. You have waves crashing, winds blowing, tickets wash out to sea. And yeah, the Saints missed for us last week. First loss on Contrarian Island. That's okay. You know, hungover. 2 weeks of Mardi Gras, that's a lot. Cleanup has to come. But see, here's the thing, right? We don't panic. We've seen storms before. The mainland may be in chaos. Public bettors screaming, oh, it's rigged, it's rigged. They're smashing their parlays like shipwreck survivors, tossing chairs overboard. But on this island, we just tighten the sails. We light a cigar, and we wait for the skies to clear. Because storms pass, bad beats fade, but discipline is permanent sunshine. We don't abandon paradise because of one rainy day. The sharp bettors know that every island needs a storm because a storm washes away the tourists. So let the herd drown in emotion. We're going to rebuild the tiki bar, pour another drink, and find tomorrow's value. Because even in the rain, Contrarian Island is still the most profitable place on earth. The tourists bet names, we bet numbers. They chase highlights, we chase mismatches. On Contrarian Island, the rule's simple. Fade the noise, ride the current, and never follow the crowd to the shore. This week, we're planting our flag on the New York fucking Jets. Hard to say with a straight face. I get it. It's ugly. It's brutal. I know. The Jets offense is a shipwreck. 29th in offensive DVOA. But hey, listen, that's where you find your buried treasure, right? The Carolina Panthers, the biggest mirage in the league. They haven't covered a spread as a favorite since September in 2021. Their defense is dead last in both sack rate and quarterback pressure rate. Thanks for visiting Betting Island, Contrarian Island. Please exit through the winner's lounge. Losers, you guys can swim back to fucking shore.
Giants versus Broncos.
Broncos laying 6. The total here is at 41. This is actually up to 7.5 in some markets, so it depends where you shop. Anyway, it's all Broncos for me. This is the week Denver reminds everybody that defense cashes tickets. And the Giants, they're about to get an altitude adjustment. You get it, Bernsey? Altitude adjustment, altitude, attitude. Well, you know what they say. If you have to explain the joke, it isn't funny. Anyway, Denver's defense is suffocating. Top 10 in pressure rate. Collapsing pockets like it's personal. Jonathan Cooper, Baron Browning, Zach Allen, they come downhill with bad intentions. This isn't a pass rush. It's a search party. They're going to find Jackson Dart early, often, and probably somewhere under a pile of orange jerseys. Then you have Patrick Surtain in that secondary. They're locking up number one receivers like they're collecting trophies, giving up next to nothing. And this secondary is holding opponents to 6 yards per pass. They make quarterbacks look like they're throwing in a snow globe. And now enters Jackson Dart. Has a big arm, confident kid, but he's walking into Mile High, where the air is thin, the windows are thinner, and the defense never blinks. This isn't Ole Miss. This is Denver. 5,000 feet up. Your lungs are burning. Your reeds collapsing. And that I got this swagger is cute until it isn't. The Broncos front is violent. Their coverage is disciplined. They turn pressure into panic. They turn panic into turnovers. The Giants aren't going to be able to run the ball. They won't be able to protect. And they sure as fuck won't be able to breathe. So the Broncos roll, the Giants fold, and Jackson Dart gets an NFL reality check. Welcome to Altitude, my friend. Give me the Broncos by double digits.
Tell me what you gonna do now. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling.
Colts versus Chargers.
You know, Chargers are laying 1.5. The total here is at 48. This is a Chargers spot. Bernsey, I didn't want to do it, but I had to do it. Look, you guys ever have that team that just owes you money? Well, for me, you already know. It's the Los Angeles Chargers. I've called it the perfect spot for 3 straight weeks. And they've ghosted me like a bad Tinder date. But this week, I'm done being polite. This isn't a prediction. It's an eviction notice. Justin Herbert has been living rent-free in my fucking head for 3 weeks now. And time's up. The rent's due. And me, you guys know me, I'm showing up with brass knuckles and a payment plan. The Chargers owe me units. They owe me interest and emotional reparations. And this right here, this is the perfect spot. The Colts, they're not contenders. They're a mirage, all smoke, all mirrors, and a schedule built on freebies. Just look at who they face. Tua, Geno Smith, Jacoby Brissett. That's not a quarterback gauntlet. That's a fucking preseason lineup. And now they get Justin Herbert. Top 10 in completion percentage. Top 5 in yards per attempt. And absolutely due to torch someone. Trust me, he's fucking due. Yeah, I see the Colts' new shiny 5-1 record. But I'm calling bullshit. Strength of schedule, 27th. Their defensive metrics, total fucking illusion. They haven't faced a real offense all year. Their elite defense is 15th in DVOA. And that's about to get fucking exposed because now they face a top 10 quarterback in net yards per play. The Colts are due for a massive regression. And the Chargers, well, the Chargers have now run out of excuses. So, yeah, maybe I've said it 3 weeks in a row, but this time I mean it because this time it's fucking personal. Give me the Chargers, money line, no spread, no sweat. It's time. I'm collecting this fucking week. By the way, be responsible.
Commanders versus Cowboys.
So Washington's laying 1.5. The total here is at 55. This is the NFL game of the week. I believe it's the Fox game of the week. I don't know. Anyway, Commanders, Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys, bro. Everybody is going to be on the Commanders in this spot, and for good reason. I get it, but not me. How about them boys? Give me Dallas, and I'm going to take the money line. I don't need the 1.5. Maybe I'll put them in some teasers and tease them up to like 8. That's a good look. That might be a nice look. Look, I told you, we don't bet teams. We play spots, we play situations, we play numbers, and this is a Cowboy spot. Dak has never lost to Washington. Not at home, not at the ranch. He's a perfect 6-0. The Cowboys offense is elite. Probably one of, if not the best offense in all of football right now. They're 7th in DVOA, 3rd in points per game, 2nd in yards. Prescott, a gunslinger. Sharpshooting, 72% of targets, a 105 passer rating. And George Pickens is lassoing in everything. And don't look now. That man is back. And that's a bad man. CeeDee Lamb back in against Washington's, for lack of a better term, defense. They're 25th in yards, dead last in yards per completion. They give up more big plays than anyone in the league. It's going to be like the WNBA. There's going to be no D in Big D. And you see, she was right. Batteries are more reliable than men. I'm going to take the Cowboys over the Indians. That's feathers, not dots. So let's mosey on down to the window with the Dallas Cowboys. Let's ride. That's right. This is the ride or die. And yes, I'm going to bet it. Cowboys, ride or die.
Ride or die, remember?
That's right. Comment them boys with a D. D-E-M boys. No, that just sounds wrong. How about, that really just sounds wrong. So just comment Big D. No, that's worse. Bergie's telling me that's worse. All right, fuck it. Comment Jerry Jones. Is that worse? Yeah, that may be worse. All right, but that's what we're going to stick with. Comment Jerry Jones. Cowboys hit. Somebody from the comments wins a $200 Amazon gift card. That's right. Comment Jerry Jones.
Packers versus Cardinals.
Packers are laying 6.5. The total here is at 44.5. Now, it's impossible to handicap this game without knowing the status of Kyler Murray. If it's Brissett, I typically fade a backup quarterback when he makes his second start. Usually you get that dead cat bounce in his first start. The team gets up for his first start. But the second start, that's the spot where we typically fade them. Then there's plenty of numbers through the year, through this season, through the years, the last couple seasons that all support this. Also, it's safe to say we have no read on the Green Bay Packers right now. The Lions, Commanders, they looked unstoppable. But since the Browns, the Cowboys, the Bengals, anything but. Should they win? Yeah, they should. But Vegas was built on the backs of teams that should win. I don't know who to get to here. I got to wait to see who the quarterback is. If it's Jacoby Brissett, I will absolutely fucking slam the Green Bay Packers and just pray that Jordan Love shows up.
Falcons versus 49ers.
49ers are laying 2.5. The total here is at 47.5. Niners are just a fucking mess. And I hate doing this, but I can't look at this game until the smoke clears, right? The spot favors San Francisco, so we should be playing the Niners. But who's playing? Purdy questionable, Mac Jones questionable, Kittle's on IR, then Kittle's is off IR. Pierce all questionable, Jennings questionable, Fred Warner, Fred Warner's season-ending surgery. You hate to fucking see it. Like, some players hurt a team, right? And other players hurt the league. The NFL is at its best when guys like Fred Warner suit up. Joe Burrow suits up. Losing these guys for an entire season, it just degrades the product on the field in a whole, right? In a whole. Niners decimated at every level, both sides of the ball. It's hard to get to the window with this one way or the other. Now, the line is a very strong 49ers line. I need to reinstate that, and I will reinstate that. This line says San Francisco. So it says it's a San Francisco spot. Still, I can't get there until I know who's playing.
J.A. Cavaliers Pro Football Triple Crown. 3 NFL games for this Sunday. 3 straight, 3 two-team parlays, 1 week, $99. His Pro Football Triple Crown must go 3-0 or the entire NFL season is free. J.A. Cavaliers Pro Football Triple Crown. Link in the description below. Click the link now and jump on the money train.
So get to ylose.com. That's the letter Y, LOSE.com. Free picks, stats, trends, scores, odds, and more. That's ylose.com. The letter Y, LOSE.com. And for Christ's sakes, pick up this week's Triple Crown. 3 NFL max bets, 3 straight, 3 two-team parlays. Must go 6-0 or the entire season free. You can get a week right now, just $99. Must go 6-0 or the entire season free. And a little birdie, I may be that little birdie. I'm telling you right now, I love this card. I love the card. I love the card. I love the card this week. NFL Triple Crown, $99 1 week, must go 6-0, or the entire NFL season is free. Link in the description below. All right, look, guys, I need to be crystal clear. Gambling is supposed to be entertaining. It's not a retirement plan. Every pro has one rule. I have one rule. You never bet what you can't afford to lose. Period. That's the rule. You want to fire a unit? Great. Go at it. Do it. Up to you. Your choice. Right? I'm not your father. I'm not telling you what to or not to do. I'm just trying to give you friendly advice. But make sure that unit doesn't double as your car payment. Make sure it's not your rent. Make sure it's not your mortgage. The reality is that the real edge is discipline. So yeah, if you want to gamble, go. Have at it. Have fun. Sweat the over, scream at the TV for mistakes you made hours before the game started, but do it responsibly. And if you have a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Guys, please, really, I say this over and over and over again because I actually care. It may come across different, but I actually care. Please, if you're going to play, please do so responsibly. Anyway, I am J.A. Cavalier. This has been Player Performance, Week 7. I'm going to see you guys back here for Week 8, where I break down the entire card for you guys. But until then, remember that with your heads, not above them.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing, don't give a fuck if I cut my own.